Hey everybody, it's Cassian Blackcloak here. Welcome back to the channel, and at long last, another Resident Evil Resistance video. And today I'm going to be unveiling my new Spencer build. This might be my last one I do, I'm not sure, but I'm calling this Final Boss Spencer. Because what I did was I tried to take all my old builds, take the best stuff from each of them, sprinkle in a little bit of new stuff. And I think I've come up with probably what might be my hardest build to beat yet. So let's do the run through real quick, and then we'll show you the gameplay matches I recorded tonight. While I was playtesting this, I think I finally got in a good spot. So this is extensive amount. I played probably, I don't know, 50, 60 matches developing this build, trying different combinations of things, of equipment and creatures and cards and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and run through it real quick here. So this is going to be similar to Sinister Spencer, but I think a bit different enough to where it's going to, I think it considers its own build. So I'm running Refract here. Once again, for the ultimate skill, it's really your choice. Generator's good with this build because you're cycling through cards like crazy, so you're getting defilds a lot. But just the clone, it's about the same cooldown as this, but it's stationary. It can be used as a shield on your biocores and stuff and trying to protect Yorick, but I like the surprise attack element of Refract. I really do. Because sometimes I can pop it off real quick just like that, and I got 2 to 4 team members down. It's really nice when you get a full team wipe with it. I like it. Still running defense system. I did try Deadbolt, but I don't like what I give up with defense system because I still got thick biocores here, and none of the rest of this shit does anything for me, really. I mean, I might delve into this at some point, try to build craft a little bit, but I mean, if you guys can't tell with me, I've got kind of a theme I like to stick with, and which is to make the match as hard as possible for the survivors to win. And this is running Symbiosis because it's kind of a takeoff on the it's one of the elements I kept in from War of the Dead. Build was a Symbiosis, spam between the sprays and the creatures and a couple other things sprinkled in there. Back to using Invulnerability Anchor. You guys know I did do Omniscience for a while, and that's cool when it works, but man, some of the times it just gives you shit that is useless. It clogs up your deck and gives you the wrong stuff at the wrong time. Way too RNG dependent. I tried this, but it's not as much use as this with the creature build. This bad boy right here, once I put it back in, that made a big difference for me. And of course I'm running hypercharged because I'm spamming creatures. It is literally ridiculous to run anything else when you're doing a creature build in Area 3, because this is just like chef's kiss, man. Go to the equipment. Now we're running Resilient Skin 3 to give our creatures, as usual, a little bit of extra 21% bump in health after they get their bump in health for each area. So that's that's just enough to let them get in and get that bite or get a few more attacks in, especially if you're controlling that creature. Sometimes it takes a while for them to kill them. We do have the Bulletproof Glass 3, so that gives us a 40% bump on top of the 70% bump we get from defense system, which I haven't crunched the numbers on this specifically, so let's go ahead and do it now real quick. So if you guys want to pull out your calculators at home and follow along with me, let's see, so 21,000 times 1.7, 35,700 each, and now times 1.4, so 49,980 hit points. So basically right under 50,000 health for each biocore, which means they got to do a total of 149,940. Rounded up, we'll call it 150,000 damage to break them all and get an escape. Definitely in the realm of possibility, but and of course still running Fresh Blood 3 because I want my creatures to be grabby. I'm not giving that up. I won't do it. It's just it's too good for the creatures, man. I mean, that should be their base AI anyway, but one thing I did do here was I did swap out the unstable generator I had in here for Bioenergy Tank 2, because this gives me 6 extra bioenergy. However, I'm losing 20% of the biocore buff I have with Sinister Spencer and 10% energy regen bioenergy, but that doesn't matter because it's like 20,000, I think, maybe total hit points altogether between each, so like 7,000 per hit per biocore damage extra it gives you, plus a 10% bioenergy buff. We're going to make up for that bioenergy with energy leech here. Now, this is the deck I'm running for it. As you can see, it's very similar to Lord of the Dead, but a few different things here. One major thing I did was I still got the imposter zombie, I got the partially armored zombie, and the double zombie, because these are just way too good for the bioenergy cost. Especially once you have this going in symbiosis, most of these guys you're dropping for 1. Now, I did put the liquor back in the deck, and I did that for a reason. Because this guy right here, he is, I don't know what it is about the liquor, maybe it's psychological with the survivors, but when they see one of these coming at them versus a tough zombie, they tend to back off a little more. They tend to be a little more hesitant, which lets me, you know, stall them for more time. And also the liquors do work. I mean, they really do fucking work, man. Especially when you got about 2 or 3 of them going on the field at once and there's a few zombies around, and especially when you've got invulnerability anchor on it, because then you have an invincible liquor charging at you with all these buffs on it, faster, infectious, generating bioenergy, and with regen, so it's harder to kill. Ooh, baby, that is tough, and especially in this mob of creatures. Now, I did put the EM shield in the build, and you know, I gotta give props to Thomas Aquinas 79, aka Bradley Reynolds, for bringing that back up to me, because I was playtesting this extensively with the turret and other guns back in the build to kind of just put more pressure on the survivors. However, I mean, they're shooting out my cameras all the time. They're taking out my guns. They're taking out my anchors way too easily. Coupling this with the invulnerability anchor, I mean, it gives you some time for them to be invulnerable, for the survivors can break it and try to deal with the creatures. So once again, it's taken more time for them to deal with everything. So this is everything kind of, you know, symbiotically works together. So, you know, symbiosis build. But when you see this in action, it makes more sense. This is why I call this final boss Spencer. It's like, I think the hardest I can make my Spencer build to beat. Because you got just swarms of creatures coming up out of nowhere. They're buffed out the wazoo. And then on top of that, you got the other benefits of the thick-ass biocores. I mean, biocores that are, I mean, thicker than a Kardashian's ass. And, you know, you got the ability to spam these creatures, especially with the mod down here, bringing the cost down, plus symbiosis. I mean, you're really cooking, especially when you can get up to 16 bioenergy. You know, once again, another nod to Thomas Aquinas 79, aka Bradley Reynolds, for reminding me that existed, and I found a way to work it in. Now, if you notice, I'm only using like 17 out of 25 equipment points, but I think it's the right equipment. I mean, you don't always have to use all the points available just because they're there. But that's the basics of the build, and the way you play this is generally you just really, I mean, you start spamming creatures, make sure you put them at strategic choke points, you swarm the survivors with them, and try to cut off their escape routes with them, make them have to fight through them to get to objectives, and of course surround the objectives with them. Excuse me, sorry about that. It's a little choked up there. I've been sick again lately, so some other stuff. I started a new job, so that's why this video hasn't been out as quickly as I would have liked after I put up my thank you video, which thank you all again for the views on that, the responses. I greatly appreciate my little community here, and I hope we can grow it and I can get back more active with YouTube. But you know, I guess I'm having to put my main focus on, you know, getting my day-to-day stuff, my day job and career back on track here, because, you know, YouTube ain't making me any money. So but I'm still here for you guys. I'm not going anywhere. I might be a while between uploads for a little while, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm not quitting. I'm gonna stick with doing videos. I plan when I can get my gaming computer set back up, because I had to put my work computer. I had to unhook my gaming computer to hook up my workstation at my desk in the office, but I'm going to find a spot to set it up. And I want to get back to doing my Star Wars The Old Republic live streams that I was doing, a couple of those for the Sith. I'm going to do that. I'm probably maybe going to try to do a Let's Play of some of the other Resident Evil games on the channel and some other stuff that I own. I finally got my hands on Visage, so I'm going to try to do that at some point, which I haven't really messed with it yet. I want to do that fresh with you guys. So, but anyway, enough about the channel update. Letting you guys know I'm still alive. I'm still here. I'm relatively healthy considering. And man, I love you guys. I really do. I love every one of you guys that supported me and keep stopping by and checking out these silly little build videos that I make. But anyway, let's go ahead and that's out of the way and jump into looking at some of these games. Alright, here we go. So first match here, this is kind of what indicative of what you can expect of this build against just your average run-of-the-mill team here. You can see there's some high ranks, I think one low rank, I can't remember. I'm tired, guys. I'm so sorry. It's like after 11 o'clock and I've worked all day, so I'm pretty bushed, but I want to go ahead and get this laid down here. So what I'm doing, starting with, and basically just filling up this hallway, or this walkway here, to make sure they got to fight through to get to the other rooms. And I'm going to go over here because I've got 2 keys in this room, so I'm going to center my defense here. I'm going to basically let them have the one on the other side of the map. I'd rather defend 2 than 1. So I'll lay out most of my presets. Although you're going to see in some of these matches, I think I've changed from what changed the layout a little bit from what I used to have, so it's worked out better for me. I might put up like a gag reel type thing where I show you what happened to some of the teams that I ran into. One that was almost all low ranks and a bunch of rage quitters. But so right here I'm filling up this hallway because I know they're going to be coming down through here trying to get into this room, because they're probably going to, they usually end up splitting about 2 one way and 2 the other way and come in each side. So yeah, the 15-second bite there. So yeah, I went ahead and locked that door back there. I think somebody opened it and chickened out, waiting for backup. You see him putting the liquor down here. Now with this build, at the area 1 and 2, the liquors can get down to like 5, which is manageable, especially if you get a chance to build up your bioenergy through energy leech. Okay, you can see I'm already back up 2, 3, 4. So I could have almost had another one right there. 8. So you can see they're just tearing these guys apart. So what I did here was I come back out here because I figured they're probably going to clear out of that room, but they're going to have to take a minute to let Martin Dyer pick him up. And I believe, yeah, the Tyrone was out in that area. He's going to come in here and try to wreck everything. So I'm just going to keep putting stuff down here. Turn off the light so he can't see what he's doing. It's easy. Put a liquor down here. And I probably should have actually set these a little further away from him because his melee is just going to beat on. But you see the liquor take a little evasive step back there. He's getting bitten. Shit's popping off here. So you can just see him squealing these guys. You can see that the rest of the team, they're just getting eaten alive. You can see they're getting devoured. They're down. Blasted Tyrone with a grenade. He had his ultimate up though, so he took a very little damage from that. Only 100 instead of 500. I'm going to swap cameras here in a second. Yep, hit that light switch again. Yep, lock the door. Yep, because Tyrone's down now. And there's Martin. I don't thought Tyrone was down. Maybe I was wrong. Somebody just went down there. So I'm going to go ahead and put a couple creatures down here just to be safe. In case they make it down here, they're going to run into some ball of trouble. You see Martin trying to get past that liquor there. See that? See what the liquors do for you? And there you go. That's Area 1 research facility. Knocked out.
Why are you not all dead? This will suffice for the time being, but I will have to run the test again.
And there you go. So let's go to the next one. So this one's at Abandoned Park. Now, I believe this was a higher rank team. I believe there's everybody on this team is at least I want to say up to like rank something like rank 100, rank 50, something like that. I don't know. I can't see the ranks from where I'm sitting. I need new glasses.
I could become a god.
Alright, so coming over here, do what I usually do. Now you notice I moved all my creatures to this side
Finding the lock is
because I
useless
pretty
without
much, I
the key.
believe, got all the keys over here. So I've only got to defend one side of the map. Depending on how quickly they move through it, you can really set this up to make it a problem to get through. Especially if they're moving slower, they're going to the other side, you really get a chance to set up over here. You really want to focus on this first part on this map for locking these doors and building up your army, which you see they're trying to move through pretty quick here. They're trying to speed run because I see them running creatures, but I'm waiting until I can lock that door.
Left my spare battery ray in my other pants.
So you see, like usual, I'm just trying to be as
Another path.
judicious as I can here, so we're going to go ahead and put that down. I always try to use what's on discount, even if you need something else at the time. Like maybe if you need a creature, not a spray, but the spray's on discount and the creature isn't, you're going to get more out of it, more value. Like say instead of spending 2 on one creature, 1 and 1 for the spray and the creature, which is also going to help your creatures already out. And I see they're conglomerating now, all on that door, so I'm going to come over here. And yeah, now this liquor, I believe, yeah, I'm going to put this down in the next room because I see they're all moving through here. There's no point in dropping a mob here, so I'm going to go ahead and drop him here. Although this Martin, like I said, they're all running like probably skateboard at least. They got like really fast. Because trust me, I played Martin on Survivor. He's not normally that fast. He's booking. He might be running army boots and the fucking skateboard for all I know. It's stacking the movement speed. Now at this point, I kind of messed up because I didn't check the map. There's 1 or 2 of them a few rooms back in that first hallway that was full up. They're probably looking for... Oh wait, no, they're coming down that way. Yeah, they were probably looking for supply zombies. I don't know why they separated like that. But at this point, I really should have just been focused on the 2 at the exit and beating up on them and stacking that area with zombies. But yeah, I kind of fucked up there. But hey, I'm not perfect. Like, I'm not the best Spencer player in the world. I'll admit it. But you can see here that the liquor comes in for an attack, and they get the exit just before it hits. Oh, that sucked, man. That was rough to watch when it happened. It's rough to watch on the replay. Sad days, sad days. But anyways, so we're starting to area 2 here now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this camera once all my shit spawns in anyway, and I'm going to put this down because I know my next card's going to be the vulnerability anchor, and I'm going to anchor up as much stuff as I can here because they got to get past this shit to shoot that anchor out. So always best to anchor on that camera, that they can't, the hardest one for them to hit. Look for blind spots. And now they got that to deal with, so I've got enough time to move Yorick here. Yeah, see, we already got a bite, 2 bites. So they're just trading time. But I believe I'm still coming out ahead of most of this. 13. So they took some kind of damage along with killing something important. Probably a liquor. I can't remember what all I got in the preset on here. I think it's just zombies and dogs. Which, I don't put dogs in my deck, but I do put them in my preset. Because they're great to start with. Because they only give out 3 seconds. And especially when you put some Berserker on them, they can be kind of hard to hit. Sometimes they're hard to deal with. And they spread infection pretty well. See that liquor pushing back? Look, see that? He's not even anchored, I don't think, by this point. Yeah. So, locking the door again. And at this point, I see they're fighting through here. So, I go ahead and make the judgment call to start setting up this room where I stashed Yorick. Which I like to stash him over here when he spawns on this side. Because at least I've got a door I can try to lock and all that other good shit. The downside of that is there's a terminal mess that I've right in that room too, but I mean, I did move away from having the 2 terminals in the one area because I think that was made it too easy for the survivors to lock down and get them both. I just had to keep down 2 cameras, so yeah, there's another bite. Somebody's down. I think it's Sam. Yeah, he's down in the doorway, so I can't close and lock it, which is unfortunate, but yeah. Another liquor. Have that, guys. Have fun with that. And somebody else will need your... Oh, there's the first aid spray play. Which you can tell it's a first aid spray because they're still infected. It's not like a Valerie healing spray. I can't remember if there's a Valerie in this match. Ooh, I'm so tired. Forgive me for rambling, guys, but yeah, we got... You can see here, there's just so much going on. I'm beating the hell out of Sam with York here. He's trying to box me, which is smart, but, you know, it was really that... I might have been able to put Sam down if not for that stun from Martin there with his splash baton. It was a good play. Now, I should have put the anchor on this guy first, but I didn't. So I think I'm going to save it. Yeah, because they're pretty much going to get this one. Yeah, they got it already, so by the time I start trying to rebuild, so I'm just going to come out here. Yeah, come out to this terminal and start setting up a little bit, just enough to what I need. And I missed my anchor shot, which is unfortunate because that's exactly the scenario I set this anchor up. I set that anchor up for to have the shit. I bit the wrong survivor. But see, if you notice, I'm fighting him on the terminals. I'm not letting him have them. I mean, not like doing the, you know, shuffle mod, infinite shield, and shooting guns method, but see, you can actually protect these terminals with creatures, depending on how the survivors play. Now, see, they messed up because they cleared them out and they moved off thinking I was done, but nope, I got Sam again. Now they all got to come back. You'll see, they were probably trying to spread out and lock down other areas, make sure they knew where the last terminal was. Now, see, he passed it to Jill there. Notice that. He dropped the card and gave it to Jill, which a lot of times you'll see Jills get the card because for some reason USB Jill is a thing. I don't know why it's Jill people like to do that with. Maybe it's because she's generally just at base faster than the other survivors, because she actually moves faster than by default than any of the other ones. She books even without equipment. I mean, I kind of wish instead of putting Jill as a normal survivor, they'd put her as like a hero character or something, like where you could maybe, like if somebody died, like if they died, they could respawn as Jill, like Tommy Jarvis in Friday the 13th. But anyway, that's just my pet peeve. So you can see they're beating the shit out of me here. I'm getting my ass whooped, but my camera's almost recovered enough, and so I'm going to go ahead and drop Jill with the D field. She's going to eat that. So once again, not letting them have that fucking terminal. Go ahead and blind them. Put a shield down. Trying to get another vulnerability anchor, but it's not coming. So Jill managed to find the terminal. I'm going to go and bite her. I think by this point, yeah, their blindness is probably worn off. Like, I noticed that the blinding stuff on them lasts a lot less, does not last nearly as long as Martin's blind does on the Mastermind when he blinds your cameras. Once again, balance problems, but you see right here, I'm fighting them off in this anchor. I'm just not gonna let them have it. I mean, these guys were sweaty as fuck, so I got sweaty with them. But there you go, yeah, kept it Area 2. So that's what it looks like when you beat a team with this build in Area 2. You see, that was a much more organized team. But now we're gonna go up against the best team I've played so far with this particular build. Alright, so it's the girl squad. And you see they're all definitely high ranked. They're experienced players. You're going to see that as I go through this. They're just going to... I mean, they gave me a go with this, man. This was like the test I wanted for this build. This, you know, a team this good to see what I could do. And I'm not going to lie, I was getting sweaty on this one. So doing my normal activation here. Now the liquor came up kind of quick before I have the efficiency mod creatures pop up in my deck, so in my hand anyway. So kind of going to get off to a slow start on this one. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and drop the liquor, yeah, just at 1, and then boom, yeah, figures, there it is, 2 cards away is the one that would have saved me another unit of bio energy, but fuck it. So, and another thing I've been trying to do more of, and this is good too, is to check your map more often, especially if you can't visually account for all the survivors on your camera right there, to make sure see where they're going, because, you know, if one goes by themselves, you drop a couple of creatures usually and fuck them up pretty good. That's what I'm doing there, is checking to see if anybody's, if everybody's up here. And they are. So you see, they're killing what I'm dropping here. And I'm going to go ahead and just keep dropping creatures here because I want to burn through their ammo as much as I can. And also want to do some damage, get them infected if possible. Okay, yeah, they found one. And I think at this point they split up. I think one of them goes to that room on the south end of the map. Where I got that last key kind of tucked away there, but because I really could play this map differently. Like I could put 2 keys down on that room, make them have to fight all the way down, all the way back up, and then on that side. I might actually try that at some point, but I find it more efficient to just defend that one hallway and couple of rooms over there, and just let them have the south room, unless they all stay grouped together, and then the that bottom set of rooms there they go to last. So I'm trying to keep them from looking around for that supply zombie because they can't find it. I'm going to go ahead and drop a couple of things here. Drop that one creature just to try and eat some bullets. So, see, I try to get off the camera before she breaks it. Don't give them that 10 seconds because, like I said, the first area's pretty much over. Alright, so they're going through, getting cleansed the poison or the infection. So. Yeah, these are experienced players. I believe these guys were a pre-made team, or if not a SWAT team, because they matched when matchmaking. It was like 5 seconds. Boom! It went from 1 to 5, and they all readied up instantly. So typically, that's a good giveaway. You got a pre-made or, if not a SWAT team. So, which you're going to see here in a second, I get just enough time to drop this trap here, and then I can't finish really setting up. Because once they come out of that room, they just start fucking my shit up. Man, there she is. There's Jan with her ultimate being a biatch. And then there goes my camera. So I'm going to go ahead and go to this door. Or this room and start putting some stuff down. They dropped the liquor or something. I don't know what it was. And by the way, yeah, the reason I took out the the liquor mod, the one that gives you liquor for spending creature points basically, is that I can get a hell of a lot more liquors out than I can IVs. Which I'm sorry, I meant to say Ivy mod. Yeah, the IVs are nice, but they carry Molotov cocktails a lot now. Look how quick she kills Yorick. Look at that. See that with the fucking MQ-11? She just ate him up, man. He just dropped. I just saw his health bar just done. So at this point, I know they're going to come out here. I'm going to let them have this one in an attempt to try and get everything, to get something going over here. Especially because I don't have a particularly good set of cards in my hand right now. So I even thought about going over here to try and use my D-field, but they broke the cameras. So I'm just going to let them have that one. I'm going to go ahead and drop this guy here. And I've already got that lock at level 3, so they're going to have to break it down. I normally would try to go out here and... Oh yeah, that's right, they come from this way. They came down the other way for some fucking reason. I don't know.
It'll take more than that to
And unfortunately, my camera was in a bad spot. I didn't quite get to catch Jill as much as I wanted. See, she unlocked the door and then fucked right off. See how quick she moved? Look at that. Look how quick shit comes spilling out of there. Aha. So now she's running in there because she knows everything's empty for the thing. She broke the camera. And I believe they're going to get this one pretty quickly. Oh, yeah, there's Jill rockets. Or was that Becca rockets? I don't know. Okay, so yeah, they haven't got... Yeah, there it is. By the time I thought to look for her, she was done already. So... Oh, and there's an Ivy. Yeah, from the supply zombie. Very nice. Very, very nice. So I'm going to go ahead and work on getting him situated over here. I'm going to go ahead and drop this liquor over in this room. And then I'm going to drop the Ivy over here next to this. Because I don't think they've been stocking up on Molotov cocktails because they haven't been throwing Ivies at them. So, yeah, look at that. I barely had time to lock the door before they got all the way up here. Bullshit. Yeah, and luckily I was able to save myself there with the shield from Jan. Oh god, Jans, man, they're the worst. Jans are just the worst. So I'm going to try to get them. I jump in this guy by the time he bites her leg. So now if you notice, they've actually switched off the card by this point. Because it was Jill that had it, but now it is, I believe, if it's not yet, it does happen at some point. She gives it to, I think, Valerie. I can't remember. But she's definitely not running USB, at least. But you see, this is where the defense system comes in, because you get benefits on every area from that. That's a full match benefit. Because you get the added time they have to go through to get the terminals unlocked here. You get the fake pieces in Area 1. And, oh, the god of all bonuses, the biocores in Area 3, baby. Ooh, because, man, I'm telling you, running into mastermind, the things that just melt like butter. They're just gone.
I will tear out your insides myself.
Yeah, you see, just fucking chaos, man. Yeah, there it was. She passed it off. See? Now see, Valerie's on the terminal because they think I'm just going to keep going after Jill. And Jill's using her freaking melee attack to stun lock me there. See, as I said, these guys are good. These girls are really, really good. Of course, I know it's a bunch of dudes playing them. I don't really care. But it's a damn good team, man. But see, they haven't really siphoned a lot of time. Because you notice 2 minutes and 50 some seconds. Man, normally with teams make it to Area 3 against me, they've got like 8 minutes, 12 minutes. These guys are at 4:43. How well do you think they're going to fare? Place your bets now. But we got this going over here. You can hear my dog shaking off over there probably. She's being crazy on the couch. Sorry about that. No, you know what? I'm not sorry. I love my dog.
You have achieved anything.
You can do whatever you want, can't you, girl? Yeah. Cutest little pit bull ever. Alright, so anyways, enough about my adorable puppy. So, yeah, there's my new set of spawn ins for this area. I do have a tracker mine there. Yep, she shot it but fucked up. So she took notice she took extra damage from the D field. It was hitting for 491 instead of 400. Very nice. So this is a really good first placement here, actually, because I got a good chance to. I got 2 cameras. I can try to set up a good defense here around this this biocore before they get there. Then the camera right in front of it. Not that it's gonna really make too much of a difference for me when they get down here, because they are just some camera shooting fools, man. They love to shoot my cameras more than almost anything. Notice the creature counter too when I highlight a creature. Watch how quick they drop everything. Okay, so we've got some. You can see this massive amount of creatures here. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think Jill comes in with a rocket launcher and clears a bunch of them out. Yeah, there it is. Oh, Jill, you bitch. I hate that fucking rocket launcher. Anyways, so you see, shot out my camera, and then as it was healing, she hit it with, dang, and I could hear them unloading on that biocore. They're all just pumping every bit of lead into it they got to break it. And I think this is the point when they realize that they're in trouble, because then we've got 4 minutes, and I've got, like I said, there's really thick biocores. They're over double what they would normally be, well over that. So, like I said, normally they gotta, I said it, like damage-wise, they gotta go from breaking like 3 to about right at 8 of them. So it's pretty resource-intensive. So they're, you see, going to town on that fucking biocore, just blasting it. But then she got defielded. I think my camera's not going to make it. Yeah. So my camera got shot out here, so I'm going to have to fix that, which this game has literally destroyed the sticks on my controller. It's like it drifts so bad I'm going to have to buy a new one. So it's either going to hell, and I'm trying to put down, see, I was trying to detonate that teleportation trap, and I fucked up. And about this point I realized how completely just, you know, gone that biocore is, so, and there it breaks about the time I put my anchor down on my creatures so I can actually do something. Boom. So, but still, 3 minutes left, 1 biocore. Oof, man, this one's close. It's not looking good. But luckily, they're gonna have to fight through all that shit and get all the way over here and break the biocore and deal with a just what's going to amount to a very insurmountable problem for them. Now this is where, like I said, this build comes in, because you've seen how quick you can whip up just a full assortment of creatures just out of nowhere because of hypercharge and symbiosis. Because it seems on the surface like hypercharge is overkill for Area 3 because of symbiosis, but it's like that affects everything. It affects my camera shield, my like my gun, quote unquote, like the vulnerability anchor. I mean, it gives me a chance to really, especially if I got a bunch of bioenergy built up, really just, I mean, go ham. Like right here, I'm putting this liquor down. 2 points, 2 bioenergy for liquor. Love it. So it really lets you get away with playing higher cost cards in Area 3 for a little bit of nothing. And you notice right here, I'm going to go ahead and anchor from this camera, because you can actually double anchor the creatures. You can have 2 anchors on one creature. But see, this one over here I noticed is only hitting 1. I got all these protected, so I'm going to go ahead and drop it and start putting some more stuff up. We got one of them down. They're going out. I mean they fought hard though. I mean this team fought like crazy. See, look, here they are coming across again at it. I'm thinking about trying to use the D field here, but didn't get the chance. Yeah, see, I'm just going to go ahead and fix this camera instead of going to the other angle. Yeah, because, yeah, oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, see where those 2 ran in together there? See, 2 of them down. 2 down. One's back up. I think they came in with a first aid spray or something. But I don't think they got Valor. So she is down, and they are fuck sword. And you notice the infection is just eating them alive, along with the creatures. This biocore, I don't think they've done a lot of damage to it at all. No, that's almost, they barely scratched it. So there you go. Look at that. So final boss Spencer, baby. It is rough. Now that team, my other builds, they would have beaten me. This build, not so much. So thanks a lot for stopping by, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz, and share the video out there, and we'll catch you Black Cloaks in the next experience.